What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Talking Jets with Tigo. My name is Tigo, and the New York Jets and Robert Saleh have announced who will be under center week one against the Baltimore Ravens, and they have decided on quarterback Joe Flacco to be the guy going under center. A couple of things to talk about. One, kind of surprising, but not really. I kind of really expected Zach to start week one. I preferred it for him to start week one, in my opinion. I thought it would be I just want to see more of Zach. This year, we really needed to evaluate him, but he's not starting week one. So let's talk Joe Flacco and how Joe Flacco can go about beating the Baltimore Ravens, because I think they are a very beatable team. I think they are being very, very overhyped by the league. And one of the things to keep in mind is that this is the Joe Flacco Revenge game, obviously, him going back to Baltimore and playing there. But another couple of things to keep in mind, things that Joe Flacco can do to beat this team. First off is we need the offensive line to really create some push, right? The Baltimore Ravens, if you watch my live stream with Ryan from Jets Talk 24/7, I mentioned that the Baltimore Ravens offensive line, outside of really one guard position, is really, really their defensive line, outside of Odafe Owe, is really, really old. They've got three guys on their front five that are all over 30. And when you add that to the mix of, we've got a lot of really, really young and talented guys on the offensive line, you really think that we can maybe create some mismatches and hold those guys on there. The real concern that I have is Dwayne Brown versus Odafe Owe, but Laken Tomlinson is right next to Dwayne Brown, so he might be able to get some help. Put a tight end out there, he might be able to get some help and everything like that as well. But really, is Joe Flacco just needs to get the ball out on time and accurately, right? I believe that Elijah Moore, Garrett Wilson, Corey Davis, Braxton Berrios, Denzel Mims, all of these guys are much, much better wide receivers than what the Ravens have in coverage. They've got some solid corners, and Marcus Williams is a scary safety, but you can't cover everybody. Their linebackers are kind of suspect as well. So you look at it and you go, one of these five receiving options has to get free, not just in the wide receiver room, but like CJ Uzama and Tyler Conklin are serious receiving threats as well. And then you add Breece Hall and Michael Carter coming out of the backfield. There are a lot of options that we have in the passing game, and I don't think the Baltimore Ravens have the talent around that defense to really cover everybody. They can prove me wrong, right? Because like I said, they've got two really solid corners on the outside in their names are escaping me, but they're really, really solid. Marcus Peters, and then I forget who the other guy is. And then obviously bringing in Williams from New Orleans. He's a serious safety, and he's really, really good in coverage. The one position that I would really try to mismatch if possible is I would try and force Kyle Hamilton into coverage. If we can get a mismatch on Kyle Hamilton and force him to cover a wide receiver, any one of our 5 or 6 wide receivers, that's a mismatch. And if we can get Kyle Hamilton one-on-one at any point in time, the ball should go to whoever that receiver is at all times. Kyle Hamilton is not good in one-on-one coverage, and he's just not good in coverage, and we should take advantage of that. But kind of some of the game plan things that we really need to get going. And ultimately, I think the run game really needs to be a big part of it. We didn't see this offensive line for the New York Jets create a lot of push in that last preseason game for the run game for Breece Hall and for Michael Carter. But you hope with 2 weeks of practice and really, really getting some reps against a really solid D-line that we have at One Jets Drive, that we can finally create some push and get these guys into the secondary, get these guys having to make that first move against a linebacker and not a defensive lineman or anything like that, and get them upfield, because Michael Carter and Breece Hall both have home run ability. Let me know what you guys think about Joe Flacco under center week 1, and last but not least, go Jets.